George, reflecting on last weekend's victory then, and I guess to go away to France is never easy when you look at the quality in their side, obviously the budget and what they're operating with, and I guess win in a different fashion to maybe Bristol the week before, but ultimately just as pleasing to get that win.
Yeah, I think going to France and taking on any of those sort of top 14 teams is always a challenge. Like you say, it's a different budget, different squad size. You know, they've got some serious pedigree in that Montpellier squad, and I thought the boys were outstanding. You know, I think they were brave and they attacked the game and threw everything at Montpellier. And as you say, it was tough going. We missed a couple of opportunities. They had a momentum swing. They got a fast start. There was lots of reasons that we wouldn't have come away, and I think the way the guys adapted, they kept trying to play, but in the key moments, you know, they rolled their sleeves up. Our scrum, our maul, our defence was outstanding in the second half, and those sort of things in the end won us the game. And I think that's a real testament to the boys. They got their heads together. How are we going to win this game? It's not quite going the way we want it to, but they carried on trying to play. So I think that was a real step forward for us. I think, as you say, winning over in France in knockout rugby isn't something that happens all the time, and we've seen that across the league. So I was really proud of them. It was a good weekend, and I think the boys enjoyed spending some time together as well, which is a bonus.
Yeah, you obviously mentioned that set piece and the defence and those nitty gritty moments where I guess the French teams traditionally come into their own. So I guess to beat a French team in that fashion is particularly pleasing.
Yeah, I think they probably had it in mind they would take that to us if necessary, and they had a big pack, as you say, the French always do. But I thought the boys were really disciplined in the way they approached it, in the tactical way they did, in their roles within the systems, and in the end, like I say, just rolled their sleeves up, gritted their teeth within that, and worked really hard, and managed to get some great results, within little moments in the game.
And obviously that's going to be massive going into this week as well. Like you say, things maybe didn't go all Gloucester's way, but they stuck in the fight. And I guess when you go into a side of Bath's quality this weekend, it'll be a similar sort of story.
Definitely. Well, it's a quarter final, so it's a massive fixture anyway. Once you get to knockout stage of any tournament, it becomes heightened. Obviously, going down to the Rec, we've been down there not so long ago. We know the challenges that are there. They're a very good team, very good outfit. But I think we've got to back ourselves and trust our game and try and take that down to the Rec and play as hard as we can. And if we need to roll our sleeves up in some areas, which we no doubt will, because it will be a battle, we've got to do that. So, I think we've played various types of rugby the last couple of weeks, and I think the boys are in a good spot, and they're brave and they're backing themselves, and I trust them.
Like you say, I guess the boys have showed multiple facets to their game over the last few weeks, and I guess to put those all together in a Challenge Cup quarter-final down at your biggest rivals would be probably the perfect way to do it, wouldn't it?
Yeah, it'd be great. I think and that's what we're trying to aim for. It'd be great to be able to put our game in all areas onto the field. I think Bath will have other ideas, obviously, and like I say, they're obviously in a very good spot right now. So, from our point of view, it's just about getting it right this week in the training pitch, having a good plan, and then we just go for it. And as I say, the boys have been great, and they've solved problems, and they're a really tight group. So they're desperate to win, and that's what we aim to do.
Cheers, George. All the best.
Cheers.